Yeah. Big J TV. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. You know what? Here's what I promise my subscribers. I'm not going to do y'all dirty like Robert Kraft is doing his former employee of 20 plus years. Let's get to that. Okay, so there was a huge ESPN article that came out about, if you haven't noticed the news, and by the way, everybody slap the like if you're new here, if it's your first time. I cover mostly, sports, specifically football, a bit of basketball, and a little bit of hip-hop as well sprinkled in. We had the recent drama with Kendrick Lamar, Drake, J. Cole, and apparently Rick Ross now, Future, and Metro Boomin. I covered that on occasion, but here's why I really love covering this football, man. And we got 6 days from the NFL draft, so I have to talk about football, and I'm happy to because I love the game. And if you're a fan of the game, if you're new to the game, if you want to know a little bit more, if you're curious about the game, you got yourself at the right channel. So let's talk about it. Robert Kraft, owner of the New England Patriots, who allegedly, not even alleged, he actually lost this in court, loves happy endings. Loves a happy ending. And if you don't get the context of that, he was actually found in an Asian massage parlor in Florida that apparently had human trafficking violations. He had a whole sting, a whole operation. He was getting hand jobs at the end of his massages, maybe to even start the massages on that Deshaun Watson stuff. So before Deshaun Watson, there was Robert Kraft getting handies in an Asian massage parlor. Now, instead of what logically would happen is he probably goes to jail, you have to remember that Robert Kraft is actually a billionaire, meaning his rules are very different from yours and mine rules, okay? There's regular citizens and then there's billionaires, right? That's why all politicians are corrupt, because the billionaire class owns them. But that's a conversation for another time. Robert Kraft evidently loves happy endings, but the buck stops with him when it comes to Bill Belichick. He has a beef with Bill Belichick. And why does he have a beef with Bill Belichick? It's because Bill, about 5 years ago, said, Brady, get the hell out of here, man. Bill Belichick said, Brady, get out of New England. And since then, the New England Patriots, as much as I hate to admit it, have been absolutely garbage. They have not been good. You could even make an argument that the New York Jets, as a football franchise, has been outplaying them and outdoing them in the past, 5 years. And the Jets, I don't even think they made the playoffs in the past 5 years. But the moves that Belichick has done during his non-Brady era have been absolutely terrible. And there's a statistic that says that, Bill Belichick is a less than 500 coach without Tom Brady, meaning Tom Brady under center makes him a Super Bowl winning coach. But when there's somebody else, whether that be Matt Castle, whether that be, Mac Jones, whether that be Jacoby Brissett, whether that is Cam Newton, all of them dudes combined, he is a losing coach with all those other quarterbacks, except for one guy called Tom Brady. And y'all know me, I'm a Ravens fan. I do not approve or like Tom Brady. I don't like him. We had battles, I'm talking about we, because I go that hard for my Ravens. We had battles in the past and, even presently, not really presently, but battles between New England. And that was a mini rivalry within a rivalry. But the truth of the matter is, last year, when Belichick got fired, because I'm just going to keep it real, he got fired, man. People say it was mutually agreed upon. People say, he quit. No, he got fired. The same way the Seattle Seahawks fired Pete Carroll. They fired specifically, I think Robert Kraft fired Bill Belichick. And it was super petty because essentially Bill needed one more season to pass a record, a coaching record for most wins in the NFL. So it gets more petty because the story here is that Arthur Smith, you know what I mean, the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, who had planned to hire Bill Belichick, got a call, you know what I mean, from Robert Kraft, right, saying that, hey man, Arthur Blank, my bad, not Arthur Smith, Arthur Blank got a call from, Robert Kraft saying, hey, you can't trust this guy Bill. You can't trust him, right? And this is the thing about the NFL. The NFL is the textbook definition of a boys club. You know what I mean? It is the textbook definition of that because they go along with what they decide. That's why the NFL has gotten sued a lot for collusion. You know what I mean? They have an inner circle, man. They have a boys club. It's almost like a secret society, especially among the owners, right? Allegedly or apparently, Robert Kraft and Arthur Blank are incredibly close. They are great friends. Allegedly. And this is all alleged, of course, because the article from ESPN is basically citing a source within a source. So it's like secondhand, meaning their source is not directly connected to secondary connection. This could all be BS, by the way. This could all be a lie. But long story short, the report is saying that Robert Kraft sabotaged Bill Belichick from getting hired as the coach for the Atlanta Falcons. Why? Why is that? Because I believe that Robert Kraft is jealous of Bill Belichick and what Belichick was able to do. See, this is not new. This is not new, having owners and coaches clash. This goes on all the time. All the time. Matter of fact, the owners of the Chicago Bulls had beef with the GM of the Chicago Bulls in the 90s when they were winning championships. Chicago Bulls in the 90s, man. It was chronicled, man, in The Last Dance. The coach, you know what I mean, had issues with the GM for the Bulls, man. They always had issues. And that's why the Chicago Bulls dynasty was over. You know what I mean? Because of internal front office beef. And what I don't like is that instead of leaving the issue alone and letting somebody depart in peace, even though you just fired his ass, you, Robert Kraft, say, if he wants to go off and do something else in another spot, I'm going to sabotage his chances. So this is incredibly petty. This is absolutely annoying. And unfortunately, we're going to have a season where, Bill Belichick is not on the sidelines. It's the first time we're going to see this in 20 plus years. Now, I believe that he's going to probably be, some kind of commentator or some kind of analyst on ESPN. He's going to pull essentially what a Sean Payton did, because Sean Payton took 1 year in the booth, or at least 1 year in the studio at Fox Sports, and then got a job with the Broncos. I think that's what Belichick wants to do, and I think that's what Belichick is going to do, because Belichick understands that he, like Tom Brady, is going to be very sought after. So ESPN is going to back up the Brinks truck. And once one of these coaches eventually fails or gets fired mid-season, like they always do, all right, he is going to come in and probably coach the New Orleans Saints, man. I'm not lying, man. He's going to coach the Saints or something like that. Like something out of backfield, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised at all. He might even coach the Jets. He might come back to the AFC East, man. Who knows? Depends how Robert Saleh does, because this is a make or break season. You know what I mean? And that would be such a full circle moment, because he basically was a Jets coach for a year. So y'all let me know in the comments, man. Robert Kraft is a snake. And I'm on Bill's side on this, man. Are y'all rocking with the Bill Belichick side? Or y'all on Robert Kraft's side? I think Robert Kraft is a snake. I think that Bill, unfortunately, since Tom Brady won a ring with Tampa Bay, there's a revisionist history that Bill is trash. No, he's not trash. Is he maybe not a good GM, or at least, not good at, managing draft picks? Yes, especially early round draft picks. Yes. But him as a coach, as a dude who's prepping guys to go on the football field, he's absolutely a legend and the best of all time. But when you put him and give him too many responsibilities, that's where we get a little bit dicey. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all on Bill's side or y'all on Robert's side, man? Old 70-year-old white man beef. This is hilarious. Let's see how it ends. Get in the comments below, man. I'm out, bro.